Hey FCF, it's our last day in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, and we're going to pick up in verse 14 and 15. The Apostle Paul, again writing to the followers of Christ in Corinth, he says, "For Christ's love compels us, because we are convinced that one died for all, and therefore all died. And he died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for him who died for them and was raised again." This, in my opinion, is really kind of the secret of the Christian life. It is this willingness on our part to open ourselves to trust in the great love that God has for us, even though we are in many ways undeserving. We think of our failures and our regrets, but God promises forgiveness, and he just unashamedly pledges his love to us, and that when we put our trust in Christ and receive his love, well, now his love starts to become a prime motivational factor in our life. It's just the love of Christ compels us. Once Paul recognized God's love as it was revealed in Christ, particularly Christ's sacrificial death on the cross, knowing full well that we are sinful beings, well, this love became a motivational force in him. And as I said at the beginning, it's really the secret of the Christian life. If at the end of it all, we are not authentically, deeply in love with God as he's revealed himself in Christ, the rest of our walk in the Christian life, if you want to look at it in those terms, it's going to be kind of a stuttery step. There's not going to be consistency. There's not going to be ongoing enthusiasm. There won't be a lot of motivation. We'll be always looking, well, do I have to do this, or can we do that? Whereas once our hearts have received God's love for us in Christ, and now we're reciprocating, we are falling in love with Christ. We are seeing the most beautiful person in the universe in God as he's revealed himself in Christ. That just sets a fire within us. It's a source of enduring energy that enables us to live this life for God in the face of all kinds of obstacles, in the face of all kinds of temptations, in the face of all kinds of setbacks. God's love for us and our love back for Christ, it's the secret energy of the Christian life. So Paul says, "For Christ's love compels us, because we're convinced that one died for all, therefore all died." Then in verse 15, very critical, he died for all. Why? That those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for him who died for them and was raised again. This is a really nice explanation of the Christian life. The Christian is one that, since God has won our trust, we are not living any longer doing things our way, pursuing our own selfish desires primarily, but we're living for the one who died for us. Since he died for us, we're no longer going to live for ourselves. We're no longer going to do things our way. Because we trust him supremely, we're going to live for him. We want to do those things that honor him, obey him, expand his kingdom, serve those that belong to him. But we're doing all this because he has proven himself worthy of our trust. He has sacrificially given himself. He died for us that we might live for him. Now here's where we have to kind of fixate our minds. It is normative for one that calls themselves Christian, for one that has put their faith and trust in Christ and become his follower. It is normative for us to live our entire lives for Christ, wanting to please him, wanting to do things his way, the way it's revealed in his word and his will, because we trust him more than we trust ourselves. That should be the normal picture of what it is as a real follower of Christ. All right, we'll close the week out there.